The Dagannoth Kings? Yes, all of them. Ideally, to fight the Kings, you want to bring a range melee hybrid setup. Best way to do that is have the top be range, have your legs be a melee set, but I don't have any that are level 60, so we're going to go with the red D high chaps as well here. Throw on an Avas to help us keep our bolts, and we have the usual enchanted diamond bolts with the adamant crossbow. This is what I'm working with. I'd recommend filling in all of the extraneous slots with melee items to help beef up your damage against Supreme. For my melee switch, I have my usual Dragon Scimitar, and for the mage switch, we have the Mystic top and bottom, as well as the Ivan's staff. Moving on to our inventory, we have our melee switch, as well as our mage switch, runes to be able to cast the Ivan's blast, our normal emergency teleport and ring of dueling to restore stats and health at Ferox, an anti-poison because the little minions in the Dagannoth Kings Lair can poison you with their range attack. Since we are tri-bridding and Rex is safe-spottable, we only have a ranging potion as well as a combat potion to be able to take down Prime and Supreme. A decent chunk of prayer restore, the rune thrown axe to be able to actually get into the DK's lair. And we're going to fill in the rest of our inventory with food as well as one empty space to be able to pick up the pet rock. So let's get to the Kings. Try to remember to get your pet rock from Ascaleddon before going to Waterbirth, and now that the inventory is complete, we can go ahead and make our way over to the DK's dungeon. And let's begin the run through the dungeon. I tend to usually stick to the north route myself. So we stand on one tile, drop the pet rock, stand on another tile, and click the door. And from here, turn on Prey Melee and just run through. Swap over to the Rune Thrown Axe. Turn on your special attack. And I always make my auto retaliate stay off throughout this entire fight. Come to the gates and destroy the door support in the middle. Walk through once it lets you and go ahead and climb on up. Turn your prayer off, and this is my first chance to restore run energy. And now that we're back to full, we can go ahead and actually enter into the dungeon crawl. I've seen this to be made out very complicated, and even the map on the wiki overcomplicates it a bit. To make it simple, just always run through to the next ladder, and don't take the one detour on the way. Enter back into the cave, climb down the ladder. From here, you want Mage on. Climb down the next ladder, turn on range when you see the other Dagannoths. Pop back up to the rocks, and here you have another spot to be able to restore your run energy and heal up if you need. The food is mainly for the run there, and a little bit to restore chip damage from the Spinulops while you're inside of the King's Lair. So to go past the rocks, we turn on Melee, and click the next ladder. There is nothing over in that corner. This is the one detour ladder, so instead, range for the Dagannoths, and run across the whole platform over to this ladder. We see the walruses again, so we switch to Mage. More walruses, so Mage. And again more walruses, so we just stay on Magic. Second safe spot if you need to restore run energy. And once we're back to full, turn on Melee and click to the next ladder. More Dagannoths, so switch back to range. They can melee you if you're next to them, but mostly they range you. Heal up as you're running if you need. Same thing with Prayer Restore. And once we are past this set of Dagannoths, we are to our next safe spot. Just run around to the backside of the ladder. The lobster won't attack you, and we'll recharge our run once more. So with our run energy basically returned, we're going to hit Protect from Melee and just run down to the route past the Dagannoth Lair. Once you pass the last set of rock lobsters here, change over to Protect from Range. And just hop over this little route to lead into this crevice. Also make sure to get fully safe by stepping around the corner. I've had the Dagannoth still attacking me over the route. Let your run energy recharge once more and restore your health and prayer if you need. And we'll peek at the crack here in the corner just to make sure there is nobody in the cave. Since our cave is clear, we are ready to fight the Kings. Wield the adamant crossbow one more time just to make sure all of my switches stay in line. The main reason I keep Protect from Mage on in the King's Lair is purely because the little Spinulops that are around the outside can range and mage attack you. If they hit you with range, they poison, so we have the antidote. And if they hit you with their mage attack, they will drain your prayer. So with our run energy restored, we'll turn on Protect from Missiles to get over to the ladder. Jump inside and hit Protect from Mage. And if Dagannoth Supreme is on you, change worlds. I'm also going to switch to get all of these add-on creatures off of me right now. And ideally we want to go down the ladder without the green king attacking us. Because if he's attacking you, he will attack you through the whole cave system. It took a bit of time to try to get Supreme off of us, so we had to go and restock supplies. So let's try this as a take two. There we go. He's far enough away he's not targeting us, so just hang around the south side of their lair. And we'll run as far to the east as we can and attack Rex. Pull him over to you. And as you can see, I have the square up here marked Rex safe. Once he hits you, just run across and he will get pinned right about here. Drink your anti-poison. Switch over to mage gear and go ahead and safe spot Rex now. And with Rex dead, we can switch into our range gear, come on inland a little bit to the Prime safe spot, and now we can just fight Prime. And this is safe because Rex and Supreme will not attack you when you're over in this location. The ranging potion might help a little bit. And we're about to die, so let's get out of here. Until better gear, probably safe spotting Rex is going to be your best bet. And if you have decent range gear, taking on Prime from the secondary safe spot is another good idea. So now that you know how to get to it and the basics of being safe within their lair, let me change up my gear and we'll do a better run at the Kings. So the new gear consists of melee in all spots, minus the assembler, the top, and the shield. And then we also have our 4-way switch into melee. And to not confuse our inventory, we 4-way switch back into another 4-way switch for mage. I like to go in with this gear, run over to the Rex safe spot, pull out the mage, switch back into the range, and then into melee to take on Supreme. So let's get back to the bosses and actually see what it looks like to kill all 3 of them. So the plan is going to be the same as minimal gear. Pray mage, hope that we don't have Supreme attacking us, run south over to the Rex spot. There we go, this looks good. With Rex walking to the corner, we'll go ahead and tag him. If he doesn't automatically attack on you, get into our spot and go ahead and move up. We'll switch to mage to take on Rex. Change it because this square, the little guys can melee you, but up here they cannot. I also need to move my Prime safe spot a little bit more north, since last time Supreme did attack me from there. And to keep the inventory organized, we switch back to range. And we'll move on to the new Prime location. If he's away from your area, just run back toward the Rex spot, it'll pull him closer. And I think I'll move my Prime spot to here. Rex and Supreme should leave you alone, but Supreme may wander close enough. I haven't had enough time at this square to test it yet. It's about 8 inward from Rex's, and then just again off to the edge. And the best way to kill the kings, get Prime down to low health, come back over to your Rex location and tag him, switch over and lure him into his spot, and then we'll take him down, finish off Prime, switch to melee, and kill Supreme. Ideally within the 1 minute that the other 2 kings are dead for, and then you just come back over to the Rex safe spot, rinse and repeat. Rex, weaken Prime, kill Rex and Prime, kill Supreme, repeat. Run back over to finish off Prime. Switch to melee and take down Supreme. And we'll also switch to range in this, just keep a watch on our prayer so that way the big boy won't hurt us. And the small guys will just drain our prayer faster than it would normally. Oh, I'm changing my quick prayer, not my actual prayer. That makes sense why I'm taking damage. Now we should be better off. Let's get that back to the one we use more. And there goes Supreme. Switch back to Mage. It helps to actually pick up the loot. And get back over for Rex. Come give him a tag. It helps to actually be in better gear, but he's on us anyway. So we go back to the range set and into the Mage just so I don't get mixed up. Is this a safe square for him? It looks like it, so we'll move our Rex spot again. Since we keep on Prey Mage, it doesn't matter that Prime continues to attack while we kill Rex the second time. Switch back to range, kill Prime off now. Over to melee, change to prey range, and kill Supreme. Try to stay toward the center so you have a less chance of the Spinalips to attack you with the mage attack, but just remember to watch your prayer during this part. And when Rex respawns, lure him back over, and repeat the process again. Or if you purely want to safe spot Rex, just stay within this area and kind of attack him whenever he walks over toward you. Those two will not reach you from over here. Switch back to Mage, that way I don't have the prayer drain. And we now have a chance to be poisoned again, so we're gonna go ahead and head out of here for now. So again, you want to have a melee focus to your overall gear, but keep your body to be centered around range. Bring a switch for each of the other styles. I keep it at 4-way. Do not take the one detour on the dungeon path to them, which is avoided by always running to the opposite side of the room you enter on. And when you enter into the lair, make sure Supreme is not attacking you. Run south to the Rex safe spot, kill Rex, weaken Prime, kill Rex a second time, finish off Prime, kill Supreme, and then rinse and repeat. Or just run around and safe spot Rex for hours on end. I'm probably not going to come back here until I get the Fremnik Elite Diaries finished, that way I can have the bones be noted. If you have better gear than what I currently run, you don't even have to worry about the bosses too much, just jump on in, kill off Supreme with melee real fast, and then get into the rotations. I would still recommend Mage if you're doing that, since Prime can hit pretty hard. Just tank Supreme ranged attacks with your melee gear. Otherwise, if you have any questions you would like answered or any tips you would like to provide for other people, make sure to leave those in the comments. And as always, have a good rest of the day, you guys.